Hey guys and gals, it's Crack-a-Lackin', Spicy here. Welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. Hey, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, won't you check out a few more videos, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other videos that I have going on. If you missed my video, I done a unboxing on this bushcraft knife that I got from Backwoods Law. A little icon will pop up at the top. That's the video of me doing the unboxing on this thing. This is the Dave Canterbury PKS, and it was gifted to me by Backwoods Law, subscriber of mine, awesome guy. Today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to start putting this thing together. First thing I'm going to do is kind of do some shining up. As you can see, there's still some scale left from the heat treat when they done the knife. I got some sandpaper here, and we're gonna shine this thing up before we put the handle on. So all I got really, went out to the shop and I got some disc sanders, sandpaper, some sandpaper for disc sanders. That's all I got, but I do believe that's going to work for now. I've got 180, 320, and then 2000, so that should get it shined up pretty nice. And then we'll put the handles on, and then we'll work on sharpening it up. Now this thing is pretty sharp as it is right now, but I don't know if you can see that real well in the camera, but it's got some pretty good grind marks on there. So you know, as far as cutting, it kind of catches on the paper, each grind mark. So we're going to get those off, get those grind marks out, and get that blade pretty sharp. So let's go ahead and get into this. Hopefully this won't be a too terribly long video. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get this thing all nice and shined up. Alright, we're going to start with 180 grit, and kind of start rough sanding everything out. Do that on both sides. Alrighty, so there is the 180 grit. Got all the scale off the knife, so that's looking good. Now we're going to go to 320 grit. Kind of get some of the little scrapes I used on, you know, with the sandpaper. I'm gonna get that out. .320 grit. Alright, so this is with 320. Getting it shined up pretty good. The grind marks on the blade is ground down already, so that's good. That's good and smooth. I don't even feel it catching on my finger, and on the edge I think I got it took down as well. So now we'll go with 2000 grit finishing paper, and we'll try to put a good shine on this. This is 2000 grit. And this is going to be a pretty long process. Alright, so with all that grinding, you can almost see the reflection in the knife. So that's pretty good. Whew. So that was about an hour of grinding, sanding on it. And that's the best I can do with just you know, some sandpaper in my hand. Wish I had like a belt grinder or something like that, but for it to be just by hand, I think that's pretty good. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap this in tape, because the next step that we're going to be doing is putting the handle on this knife. I've never done this, and I am no knife expert. I'm just a regular dude that's got a knife from a buddy and putting it together. So if I do something wrong, you know, let me know down in the comments below. But we're gonna start this up. Let me get everything cleaned up, and then we'll get this started. All right, so got my blade taped up. What I have here is some 80 grit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 80 grit and I'm going to score each side of where the handles or the scales will go. And I'm going to take the micarta and I'm going to score the bottom of it. That way the glue will have something to adhere to, just get in them little nooks and crannies and really soak in there and have something to hold. As you can see, it's pretty slick, pretty shiny. So I'm going to take this 80 grit and just score the crap out of it. And now they're not so shiny. But I'm going to do the same thing to the blade, or to the handle of the blade. Take my sandpaper and cut some grooves in it. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I put my my pins in the bottom scale. So I got that put in. That way I can take my blade, whenever I get the glue on there, I can take my blade and put the handle in and just insert them in there and then squish it together. So I'm going to push this over to the side for just a second. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do first, because whenever I get this glue mixed up, this is a fast setting epoxy, and I want to get it put on there and put it together really quick. I'm going to take the glue, I'm going to put the glue on this side, put the glue on this side, push those together, line the pins up, squeeze them together, and then put glue on this side and put glue on this scale, line it up with the pins, push it together, may have to hammer it down and squish those together. And I have clamps to clamp everything together to hold it tight. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me get my glue, get it mixed up, and then we'll get it on here. Alright, so I'm using the Gorilla Glue epoxy, the one that sets in 5 minutes. I should have got one that is a lot longer setter, but yeah, it is what it is. So get this open, squeeze me some in here, get it mixed up, and then we'll start putting the knife together. Alright. Guess I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm getting the glue put on here, getting it spread out, trying to do this in a quick, fast, and in a hurry so my stuff don't start setting on me. Believe it or not, this is my first time using epoxy. Never used it before, so we'll see how that goes. Get glue on my blade here. Alright, something I forgot to do. Oh, I need something. Take paper and put it in your lanyard hole so it don't get filled up with glue. Alright, get this put in here, set this over to the side, get those lined up. Alright, get this other side put on here, and then we'll get everything put together. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Like I said, this is my first knife ever to put together. I am no expert whatsoever, so if I'm doing something wrong, y'all let me know. Hopefully I don't have a knife making expert watching me going, oh man, why are you doing that? So far I've really enjoyed putting this knife together, and I can definitely tell I'd want to do this again. Okay, get it on my micarta scale. Really like this micarta handle. It's got a nice feel to it. And I know from watching, I watch Forged in Fire like religiously. And I know from watching that show, they love the micarta stuff. Ah, my stuff is starting to set up. Gotta hurry up. Got that done. Get these lined up. Oh, they lined up perfectly. Got these. This is all I got, but it's squeezing together pretty good. As you can see there, got a little bit of squeeze out, so that's looking good. Alright. I can only do this with one hand, squeezing it down. Alright, can't get one on the back side, but I do have another little vise. Alright, sorry about all that, trying to get this done pretty quick, but got it all on there, clamped up, all the glue squished out, so I know we got a good setup in there. And I'll be able to grind all that off with the sander. But I don't see no spaces in my handle, so that's a good thing. So I'm gonna let this set and dry for a while, and then we'll come back and we'll start working on this handle. What do y'all think? Alright guys, so we are on day 2 of my knife build, and the handle come out great. You can see, got some glue squeezed out all around the edge of it. What we're going to do now is I'm out here at my little sander. Got a little belt sander, and we're going to start shaping this knife out. So let me point you down to the sander and we'll get sanding on this thing. Alrighty, so what I'm doing here is I'm sanding all the squeeze out glue. I'm going to sand all that off first. Once I get all the glue sanded off, then I'll start kind of rounding where I just sanded. I'll start rounding that off. And then whenever I start sanding the handle part, I start with the brass pins. And then on the scale, I had some pretty bad, it was lifted up pretty good, so I sand that down. And then I just kind of start rounding everything off. I do get the blade, the back side of the blade there, just to shine it up a little bit. But it was a little bit more difficult than what I thought. I do need a better sander for the handle, but I think it turned out pretty good. Let's take a look at it. Alrighty, so I got it pretty much shaped out how I want it. Now what I need to do is I'm going to get that fine sandpaper and really sand it down real good and see if I can get it real good and smooth. But man, that feels great. And I want to do something else to the handle, but I want to get it shaped out. So right now, that is all the sanding I'm going to do to it. Let me go in there with that fine grit sandpaper and give this a good shining. Alrighty, so there is the complete build of the knife. I'm not done with the handle. I just got it rough shaped out for my hand. There's some more designs that I'm wanting to do to the knife, or to the handle itself. But right now I have it to where it's comfortable in the hand to hold. So whenever I decide to do what I'm going to do to the handle, we'll do another video on that. And I got this thing so sharp that it will shave the hair on a frog's behind. So gotta be careful with that, or I'll end up waving at you like this. But that is it. That's the Dave Canterbury PKS, my very first knife build. Man, this thing, it was super fun to do. Only took 2 days. Now I did not do the knife, the blade itself, but I could see myself doing that, and I might want to do that. So you may end up seeing a knife build from complete start to finish. But man, Backwoods Law, this thing is freaking awesome. I love it. And here it is in this beautiful, freaking amazing sheath that Backwoods Law made for me, for this knife in particular. It fits perfectly. I need to put some kind of wax coating on the handle, but that thing, boom, awesome. So this will be my everyday carry from now on. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Alright guys and gals, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give this thing a thumbs up. Those things are awesome, helps me out. Hey, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, right above me, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other videos. If you want to check out a few more videos, 2 more pop up over here on the side. Check those out and stick around for more videos. I'll see y'all in the next one. Until then, remember, everybody's got a little backwoods in them. I'll catch you later.